Good afternoon to everyone attached to this webinar. My name is Tim Craig and I'm the CEO of Max Score Credit. Welcome. Welcome to everybody that has taken time out of your busy day to attend this webinar. We're going to be talking about our affiliate program. We're not going to be very long on this webinar. If you're like me, you're a busy professional and we want to make sure we get through this as quickly as possible. I just want to once again thank everybody for coming. Now, one of the things I want to start out by talking about is our program. I believe that our credit repair and restoration program is one of the most effective available anywhere. Our affiliates are critical to our success and our growth, and our program is designed to turn bad credit borrowers into business for our affiliates. What that means is that if you're in the mortgage industry, if you're in the auto industry, you have customers who come into your business whose credit is not allowing them to proceed, and we are a resource to you so that you can refer those people to us and we will quickly get those your clients in a position to move forward. So I have a little chart here that I want to go over very quickly just to illustrate why I think our program is the most effective available anywhere. Now, we dispute by letter only, and we're going to get into more detail about how our program works specifically, but to get negative items off the credit report, you need to dispute them with the credit bureaus. We dispute by letter. Most other companies dispute online. There's a big company called Lexington Law. They only dispute online, and we dispute by letter. By letter is the most effective way to get negative items off the credit report. It's also the most expensive, because it requires postage and printer and ink and additional employees, but the bottom line is it is the most effective way to get negative items off. Now, one good thing about disputing by letter is that we're able to get a new investigation immediately preceding the previous one for negative items that don't come off in that round or in that month. Many other companies that dispute online have to wait 90 days between disputes, or they will only dispute a portion of the total negative items each round. We dispute all negative items with all three credit bureaus every round. The end result of this and the bottom line to this is we are getting those negative items off the credit report much more quickly than those companies that dispute online, because they are limited in how quickly they can get those off. Now, we also dispute with the creditors, collection agencies, and courts as necessary. We call this our advanced tactics. And those advanced tactics are designed for difficult items that we cannot get off disputing with the credit bureaus. According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, we can dispute directly with the creditor. For instance, in the case of a late payment or a charge-off, we can dispute directly with the collection agency. And we can dispute with the court in the case of judgments or tax liens or bankruptcies. Most companies only dispute with the credit bureaus only, and that limits them on getting certain items off of the credit report. Now, our program lasts for 12 rounds or 16 months. That doesn't mean that it's going to take 16 months to achieve the level that, for instance, a mortgage broker needs to move forward with a mortgage, or someone who's trying to purchase a car, the level that they need to maybe refinance a high interest loan, auto loan, or something like that. Our goal is to get our clients' credit scores to well over 700, and we will continue our process for up to 16 months to get that credit score as high as possible. Most other companies have a short duration, especially those companies that are only trying to reach that 620, 640 mark in the case of a mortgage. And as I said, our goal is to get our client's credit score to a 700 FICO score or above. Our entire program is designed to achieve that objective. That's the reason why our program is designed to impact all 5 categories of the FICO scoring model, which is something I'll go over shortly. Other companies really don't have any defined goals. They will talk about getting negative items off, improving the credit score. We have a set goal of getting our client's credit score well into the 700s. Now, we are a local company serving a local market. What that means is that our clients are able to come into our office, meet with their credit counselor every month. We have monthly meetings, which I'll talk about when I begin to go over our ACT system. And that is much better for the client. Of course, if you choose a company that's not local to your client base, then they're going to be meeting over the internet or other places. Or, unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately for us, there aren't that many local companies that whose program is as effective nor as comprehensive as ours is. Now, we also help our clients to add positive credit. Most other credit repair companies only focus on getting negative items off the credit report. Once again, our goal is to impact all 5 categories of the FICO scoring model. And when you look at the FICO scoring model, 90% of what makes up our credit score are the open accounts, their configuration, and the correct management. And through our monthly meetings, we help our clients to add as necessary and manage their open accounts. And this produces a rapid, what we like is a rapid and dramatic increase in the credit score. Now, we also help the clients manage their open accounts. This is important. Helping a client who has had difficulty with their credit, and a lot of times that comes down to managing their open accounts, just helping them add positive credit and letting them sink or swim on their own is not an effective policy. Through our monthly meetings, we help our clients to manage those accounts. Each month, we help them to change, in some cases, bad behavior about paying bills on time, about keeping their credit card balances at optimum levels, about not applying for things that they're not going to get approved for, and all these other strategies that we bring to bear. Because once again, our goal is to positively impact all those 5 categories of the FICO scoring model. We have monthly one-on-one appointments with the credit counselor for our clients. Our clients are able to come into our office, or they can also meet online. We use a service called GoToMeeting for those clients that are too busy to come into the office. But the bottom line is that we are providing a service that is designed to be a face-to-face, one-on-one counseling evolution for our clients, okay? And to facilitate that, the clients are able to meet with a credit counselor once a month to go over their program, to go over the negative items that we're getting off their credit report, to help them add and also manage their open accounts. Our clients are able to log into a client web portal, which is a website that they can log into 24/7. They can do all kinds of great things with this website. They can track the negative items that were getting deleted. They can download their credit reports. They can track their credit scores. There are notes that they can put in there. There is a blog type educational tab on there where they can read all these great articles. But the bottom line is that our clients are never wondering what is happening with their credit repair program, because they're always able to log in from any device that accesses the internet and get 24/7 updates and information about their program. And our clients love that. And that also holds us accountable as well. Clients, when they log into their portal, can also track their credit score, which is really important. They can also download their credit report each month. We encourage our clients to get into the habit of regularly reviewing their credit reports. We want our clients to get tied to that credit score, and once they have an understanding of the things that positively impact it, like paying your bills on time, keeping your credit card balances low, and negatively impact it, like doing the opposite of that, then that begins to change that behavior once they realize what they are doing is and how it's impacting that credit score. So to facilitate that, our clients are able to download their credit reports from their client web portal every month. Now, we also do something that no one else does. No one else does this. Every month, we provide our clients with an analysis of their credit report, comparing it to the FICO scoring model and giving them a grade for each for each section of the FICO scoring model. Now, I'm going to go to the FICO scoring model a little bit later, and I'm going to show this report. But this report is unbelievable. This is something that I created, and it provides our clients with monthly information about where exactly they stand, not only with what we're doing to get the negative items off, but with their doing and how they're managing their open accounts. We also provide credit restoration videos. Now, as far as we're concerned, the term credit restoration means the adding and managing of open accounts. So anytime a client needs to add or they have questions about the correct way of managing their open accounts, we have a library of videos that they can tap into at any time. And this, of course, is in addition to the monthly meetings where we are holding their hand to help them do what is necessary to add and manage their open accounts. We have a heavy emphasis on training and education. Our monthly meetings, our regular webinars, the information provided on the client web portal is all designed to train the client, to change that behavior, so this change that we're creating in their credit will be a lifetime change. Now, for affiliates, our affiliates are also given a web portal. This is one of the complaints that affiliates have had about other services, is that there's no way to easily track the progress of their clients. There's no way to really submit new prospects and so forth. Well, we give our affiliates a web portal. They can also download their clients' credit reports, see reports about the negative items that we're getting off. We also BCC the affiliates on the credit report analysis report that comes out each month. So they have all the information to determine exactly where their clients stand in our program to improve their credit score. And our affiliates, as I said, can also download reports about their clients, track their scores, and get status reports of exactly what is going on with the credit repair and restoration process as we go in. So, in combination of all the things that we do here at Max Score Credit, I believe very strongly that our program is the most comprehensive, is the absolute best choice for affiliates to utilize our service to quickly get their clients in a position where they can move forward with the service that you provide. Whether that service is buying a house, buying a car, whether you're a financial advisor, whoever you are, I believe that the way our program is configured, we are the absolute best choice to achieve your objective for your clients. Now, I do want to spend a minute or two just telling you about who I am. I'm the owner, as I said, and CEO of Max Score Credit. I've actually been doing this for about 15 years. In my past, I was a financial advisor. I was a registered stockbroker, Series 6 and 63 registered stockbroker. Of course, they don't call them stockbrokers anymore. They really call those security professionals financial advisors. And also, I owned a mortgage company years ago called Apex Home Mortgage. Our office was in Pikesville. The first thing that I want to go over is I want to go over the FICO scoring model. As I've said several times in the very beginning, our program is designed to impact all 5 categories of the FICO scoring model. So I just want to go over it very quickly. Now, our credit scores range from 350 to 850, and this 3-digit score is a result of a mathematical calculation called FICO. Now, we can't see this calculation. They're never going to show it to us. It's the intellectual property of a company named the Fair Isaac Company. That's what FICO stands for. But they do allow us to understand these categories that make up our score, so that as consumers we can have some understanding of the things that are negatively and positively impacting our credit score. Now, 35% of our credit score is payment history. Any derogatory accounts on your client's credit reports are in this category, and they are negatively influencing the score. Any negative items are negatively influencing the score, and they're in this category, which is 35% of the credit score. Now, the good news is that if a client has a lot of derogatory items, a lot of collections or charge-offs or late payments or whatever, it's not their entire credit score. It's only 35% of their credit score. What we do in this category is we dispute the negative items to get them off the credit report. That alleviates the negative pressure, which will cause the score to go up. But also a part of this category is open accounts. this category is payment history, positive payment history, as well as negative payment history. Any open accounts that we are making on-time payments on positively influences category. So we help the client, if necessary, to increase the number of open accounts that they have, so they will have more accounts reporting a positive payment history. So that's the other thing that we do as a part of our credit restoration program. Now, 30% of our credit score is revolving debt ratio. This is looking at the difference between credit card limits and credit card balances. Many of our clients come to us and they don't have any credit cards. So one of the first things that we do is we help our clients to establish some revolving accounts. We have clients coming to us with scores and credit that is really bad. They don't know where to get a credit card, neither does anyone else. Well, we have identified banks that specialize in giving people with low credit scores credit cards. We help our clients through our monthly meetings to establish those credit cards. Many times while they're in our office, we will apply with them sitting at our desk. And then each month, we're helping them to manage those revolving accounts, those credit cards, in a way that is going to provide a big improvement to their score through this 30% category. And just let me say that to the extent in this category, to the extent that a person's credit card balance is more than 30% of the credit card limit, this category is having a negative impact on the credit score. To the extent that it's below 30%, it's having a positive impact on the credit score. So we want our clients to keep those credit card balances low. If they already have credit cards, then we want to encourage them and give them strategies to get those credit card balances low and keep them there, because that will absolutely drive up the credit score. 15% of the credit score is the average age of file or age of file. This is simply looking at how old your credit is. There's a number of different calculations in the FICO scoring model in this category. One is it averages out the age of all the open accounts. Another component is that it looks at the age of the oldest file and the age of the most recent file. Okay, older is better. Anything that is above 7 years tends to go towards a score. Any of those calculations, whether it's the average or the oldest account or the newest account that is below 7 years, it tends to negatively impact the score. Of course, to varying degrees. Okay, but in any case, this category is 15% of the credit file. So for those clients, that we have whose age of file is not that long, we have a strategy to increase it, but the bottom line is that it's just 15% of the credit score. 10% of the credit score is the mix of credit. This is looking at, we being consumers, different types of credit on our credit profile. Well, why is that important? Because if we do, and we are successfully managing different types of credit, that proves that financially we are responsible enough to manage different types of credit. We've determined that at a minimum, to get to a strong 700 plus credit score, a consumer needs to have at least 2 major credit cards, 1 department store card, and at least 1 installment account. We have identified banks, creditors, vendors that will give people with low credit scores credit, and through our monthly meetings, we help our clients establish that minimum if they don't already have it. If they already have enough credit, we are not trying to add credit to their credit profile. We are trying to get them to that minimum, so then they have a good mix of credit on their credit profile. And finally, 10% are inquiries. Most of us know about inquiries. Anytime you apply for something, it counts as an inquiry, and inquiries hurt our credit score. We make sure that our clients apply for accounts they are going to get approved for. So any inquiry that comes will be offset by the positive benefit of the open account itself. And so in that way, our clients aren't applying, going to places, applying, trying to pick up new credit and getting inquiries needlessly without any new accounts being added. So this is a FICO scoring model. The bottom line to this chart is that our program is designed to impact all of these categories. Our credit repair program, which is the disputing and removal of negative items, impacts the 35% payment history category. Our credit restoration, which is the adding and managing of open accounts, impacts 90% of these other categories. And actually, it impacts 100% because we know where to go, when to go, how to go to add the necessary credit that a client needs. And in that way, we are limiting inquiries, which is also positively impacting our clients' credit scores. So this is the FICO scoring model, and this is how our credit scores are developed. Okay, moving right along. The next thing that I want to go over very quickly, and I want to tell you that we're getting to some awesome video testimonials and some before and after credit reports that I want to show very quickly. But what I want to talk about now is I want to talk about our ACT system. ACT stands for Action, Collaboration, and Training. This is our ACT system. Now, let's talk about action first. Action. We take action on your client's behalf, on our client's behalf, to dispute the negative items on the credit report. We identify all the negative items on the credit report. We prepare custom written dispute letters, and we will mail those letters to the credit bureaus. That will initiate an investigation. As a result of the investigation, items are going to come off the credit report. At the end of the round, now the credit bureaus have 30 days according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act to do their investigation. At the end of that 30-day period, we will log in, pull another credit report, and by the way, we are using a credit monitoring service to pull the credit report, so it does not count as an inquiry. So we will log into the credit monitoring service, pull another credit report, and then we will determine what's been deleted or what's been repaired. Anything that is still negative on the credit report, we will immediately dispute again, okay, changing the way the letter is written to get another investigation immediately. And we will continue this. We will do this up to 12 times, that's 12 rounds, to get as much of the negative items off the credit report. Now, if you're a mortgage broker, if you're a real estate agent, the good thing about the dispute process is that most of the negative items come off in the very beginning. So our goal is to get that client to that 620, 640 mark as quickly as possible. Normally in any situation, we can overcome a deficit to that. A client comes in with a 550 score. They need a 620 or 640. Normally, because we're getting the majority of the negative items off during the first few rounds, we can overcome that deficit in a matter of a few months. So what that means is that if you bring a client to us with scores in the high fives, the mid fives, the low sixes, then within a matter of a few months, we can send that client back to you ready to move forward with their home purchase. Okay? So that's action. We create dispute letters and mail those letters. Now, C in ACT is collaboration. We also call this coaching. This is where our monthly meetings come in. This is where the client is kept tied to this process. They're kept encouraged by this process that we're going through, and they're being trained. Our monthly meetings is where we add positive credit, where we give them strategies on how to manage that credit, and we're giving them training on the things to do and not to do that will positively and or negatively impact their score. So this is our collaboration or coaching, and these meetings come at the end of each round. I want to tell you that we have affiliates that have attended the meetings with their clients. Now, not everyone has the time to do that, but that is available to you. If you have a client, you want to make sure they do everything that's necessary to increase their score, then you can absolutely come to the meeting with your client, or we can give you a call after the meeting, send you the report, because there is a report of this meeting, so that you can keep track of exactly what is going on, the progress that your client is making. And it is that effort being done by us and by you, the affiliate, that really causes the client to do the things that they need to do to get their score up as quickly as possible. And I'm going to tell you something. There are absolutely things that the clients need to do to increase your score. We cannot do everything. We will dispute, We will get negative items off, but that is only 35% of the credit score. There are many things that the client can do to get that credit score up with our help through the coaching that we provide and the collaboration that we provide with the client at our monthly meetings. And finally, T is training. We want our clients to be trained. We don't want to increase their score. They don't know how it was done. They don't know what to do after it's done. We want to get your client's credit score to 700 and greater. We want to cause a complete transformation in their credit score. Okay? Any client that comes to us with a 550 score, we know that you want us to get them to that 620, 640 mark as quickly as possible so they can move on with their home purchase. Okay? Once that is complete, once they've settled on their home, they've moved in, our program is going to continue. We want them to be in a position to get the best rates, the best programs, the best of everything that they can possibly get when it comes to their credit. And part of that is them being trained and knowledgeable on how to maintain a high credit score. So this is our ACT system, the action, collaboration, training that we do to make sure that all of our clients have success in this program. Now, I want to show you something real quick. We've just finished going over the FICO scoring model, our ACT system. I showed you a chart of why I think our credit repair service, our credit repair and restoration service is the best available anywhere. And all of it sounds good. And, you know, if as salespeople like we are, we hear people that talk all the time about what they can do. Well, you know, with some companies, they'll have testimonials. Like on their website, it'll be a couple sentences, you know, hey, Brian, you know, you did a good job. Thank you. Okay. To kind of prove that what they're doing is working. Well, we've taken this a step farther. On our blog, and our blog is at maxscorecredit.info, we have developed a library, literal library of video and audio testimonies. Okay. These are our clients in their own words, and in some cases affiliates, telling about their experience with our program. And this is really, really fascinating. I think we have probably 5 or 6 dozen video testimonials and maybe a couple more dozen audio testimonials. And this is just something that we've been doing since February. I actually went out and bought this great video camera right around the beginning of the year, and I put it in the office, and we started using it to record our clients and their successes when they would come in for their end of round appointments. And of course, some people didn't want to put their face on camera, so they gave audio testimonials. But we have tons of testimonials in here, people in their own words, and believe me, when you listen to these, and you can access these by going to our blog at maxscorecredit.info, you will know that these are in their own words. These are real people telling their testimony, and their testimonies are very consistent with the fact that we have done the things that we have promised to do, get their credit scores into the 700s, help them buy homes, help them buy cars, help them add credit, help them manage their open accounts, get negative items off, all those things. Now, I just want to play one or two here.
Hi, my name is Raheem. I first came to Max Score Credit because I was referred by some family. My uncle actually referred me. And the situation was that my credit was really bad because I had a bankruptcy, I had a foreclosure, it was in bad shape. And so for a long time, I was just very apprehensive and I had a lot of trepidation in reference to credit. And so I decided to give Tim and Mike a chance here at Max Score Credit. And to my surprise, after only 6 rounds, I think we're in the 7th round right now, after only 7 rounds, my credit score is at 770. So it's excellent. So it jumped like 200 points. I started like 540, 550. And, you know, didn't even want to apply for any kind of credit cards. And they give you a really simple, easy to follow program. The format is monkey proof. You can't mess it up. As long as you do what they say, then the key is you have to use the credit cards and everything they're giving you as a tool. You have to have a long-term vision in mind.
So I'm gonna pause right there. This young man said that he came to us with a bankruptcy and a foreclosure. His credit scores were into mid to low 500s, and within 6 rounds. Now, round is about a 35 to 40 day period, so we're talking roughly 6 to 7 months. We were able to get his credit score to 770, 747, and 747, which were his other 2 scores. Now, for those of you in the mortgage industry, and I know there's a lot of realtors and loan officers at this webinar, if we got him to 747, 747, and 770 in 6 months, just think how quickly we were able to get him to 620 or 640. Very quick indeed. Okay. Now I'm going to play another one. I think this one is very interesting because this lady is a realtor, and she talks about a client who she talked to, who told her about Max Score Credit. The client had such great success that she decided to come into our office herself.
Hello, my name is Polly Stoudemire. I am a realtor at Long & Foster in Westminster, Maryland, and I had a client come in looking to buy a house several months ago, and his credit was horrendous. So obviously he did not qualify to buy a house. I told him that, I'm really sorry. He told me no worries. A friend of his had told him about this place called Max Score Credit, and that he could get his credit score up real fast. And I mean, he had really bad credit. So I said, I was professional, wished him well, and I said, I'll see him when he gets back. I had no doubt that I would never see this guy again. Sure enough, within 2 months, he came back and his credit score was high enough to buy a house. I was shocked. So he, sure enough, right in Reisterstown, Maryland, now owns a home. And this is very recent, and the more I thought about it, the more I wanted in on it, because I totally divorced myself 3 years ago and had so much damage to my credit. People in my ex-family were even opening up items that weren't even me, and I didn't even look. I was so fearful to even know my credit. Everything I've ever applied for in the past 3 or 4 years, I couldn't get. Cell phone, nothing. I have a prepaid cell phone. So anyway, long story short, I come on over to Max Score Credit, and I get hooked up with this girl named Shivani that's here, and she explained the whole program to me, and I'm still skeptical. Even though I've seen it for myself, this is now my credit. So she lets me know that I have 24 items bad on my credit. Well, I knew I had a lot. I actually had a Toyota truck repossessed. I had, my home, almost lost my home 3 times, myself. So I knew. Just
Now, I'm going to pause her testimony at this point, but I think it's very poignant that this lady had a client, as I said, come to her. Credit's terrible, wants to buy a house. She says, well, hey, you're not going to be able to do it. The guy says to her, look, don't worry about it. I know this company, Max Score Credit. They are going to help me, and I'll be right back to you. Well, of course, she doesn't believe it. 2 months later, 2 months, the guy comes back to her. His credit is high enough. He buys a house. Then she comes to us because she's so amazed at this, and she gets the exact same result. In fact, she got a better result, and that's when, or that's what the remaining of her testimony says. Now, I just want to reiterate that you can watch all of these testimonies by going to our blog at maxscorecredit.info. All of these people on here have agreed, if necessary, to be contacted to confirm the authenticity of their testimony. And I think that once you listen to these, you will be able to see it for yourself. Now, I'm going to play another one, and this is a couple.
Hi, I'm Margaret.
And I'm Daryl.
And we're here because of Max Score Credit. We're in our dream. We're living the American dream, but it wasn't going to be an American dream without Max Score Credit. We came to them in August of 2012. I'm sorry, in October of 2012. My scores were in the 400s and low 5s, and I believe Daryl's was the high 5s and maybe the low 600s. And we wanted to buy a house. but Maxwell Credit helped us realize that dream. I had over, oh my goodness, 90 negative items from bankruptcies to charge-offs to late payments on mine alone, and Daryl had about 70 on his. And Maxwell Credit, was there. They showed us work that they had done in the past with other clients, and we signed up, and we are so happy that we did. After like 10 months of being in the program, we're here in our brand new house, and we're just like so happy. They work with us all the way through. We had, they have permission to give you our information, and we will tell you, this is something that you cannot pass up. If you want that American dream and you don't know how to go get it based on your credit score, stay with Maxwell Credit or go to Maxwell Credit. I just can't praise them enough. Hi, I'm Margaret.
Hi, I'm Daryl.
And welcome to our home. 6 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, courtesy of Maxwell Credit. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be standing here today. They helped us get our credit to where it needed to be, and we were able to purchase our home. And I thank God for Maxwell Credit. Hi.
Okay, so that's a great testimony from a great couple that came to us with credit that was really bad, wanted to buy a house, and we were able to help them, just like she said, achieve that American dream through Maxwell Credit. And that's the same thing that we can do with your clients as well. Now, there are other people. This is a gentleman standing in front of his house. This is a gentleman standing inside of his house that we helped him get. This is a gentleman standing outside of our office with a new car, telling about his testimony of how he was able to get 0% financing, and when he walked in the door, he couldn't even get approved for a car loan. And there are many, many other testimonies. Once again, please go to our blog page. You can listen to all of these testimonies at length and get a great sense of how these stories are so consistent with getting the negative items off, helping to establish positive credit, and the impact, the quick impact that has on the credit score. Everything that I've been talking about our ACT system, the necessity of doing those things, and how we impact all 5 categories of the FICO scoring model. The result of that is clear when you listen to our clients. Now I'm going to play one more. That's a audio testimony.
Hi, this is Robin Early. I've inquired about Max Credit Score because I was trying to get my credit repairs because I want to start to purchase of a home and to clear up my credit so I can get a new car and everything. So far, I've had, in my first 30 days, I've had 70 negative things on my credit report. 60 of them got removed. One of my credit scores went from 572 to 723. I've had my first monthly meeting today, and I've got a Fingerhut account, and my credit score has rapidly and dramatically increased over 30 days.
So these are some of the testimonies. Now, in addition to these audio and visual testimonials, hopefully you'll have a chance to come into our office. We have several hundred before and after credit reports. I would take some time to go through those, but we're running a little long on time. What we've collected is the credit reports. Of course, we've marked out all the personal information, but we've collected the credit reports. The credit report when clients first came in our office and the credit report a few months later, you will see it is amazing. You will see increases to that FICO score of 50, 100, 150, 200 points or more in a matter of a few months. That is the result from the effectiveness of our dispute process, because we dispute by letter only, and also the effectiveness of us helping to add and manage open accounts. I'm going to tell you something. That was awesome. Listening to those testimonials, credit is a very emotional thing. I mean, you'll see if you listen to all of them, you can sense the emotion that these people have, that they are now able to take advantage of buying a house or getting a great rate on getting a great interest rate on an automobile, how excited they are to get credit, whether it's a credit card or something like that, which they haven't been able to get in the past. I just love listening to those testimonials because the people are so genuine and they are just enjoying and are so excited about the increase that has happened in their lives. I mean, our motto is maximize your score, maximize your life. And certainly having a higher credit score causes doors to open up that were previously closed in our clients' lives. And it is a wonderful thing. Now, moving ahead very quickly, and we're coming to the end here. What I want to show you right now is I want to show you the affiliate portal. We give our affiliates a portal, and this is really, really important. I've talked to many affiliates, and kind of one of the most common complaints if they're working with the credit repair company is that it's difficult to submit people to the company. They don't know what happens after they're submitted. Excuse me. Things like that. So we provide all of our affiliates with an affiliate portal. Affiliates can come to our website, which is maxscorecredit.com, and click on affiliate login. Once you click on affiliate login, you will have your own username and password. And once you log in, you will log into a site that looks very similar to this one. Okay. Now, one of the things you're able to do is you're able to send new customers to us in a very simple way. You click on send new customer. We just need their first and last name and their phone number. We also want their email address as well. But that's all the information that you have to provide. Then you can type a note to us. If there's something specific that we need to know, for instance, this person can only be called in the evening. They're really excited about the program, about talking to you, whatever, you can type in a note. And if you have any attachments, especially the credit report, if you can give us the credit report or anything else, then you can attach it right here to this note, and then you click send now, and this information is going to come right into our system, and we're going to begin contacting your prospect to set up a meeting. Now, once you put in clients, they will first come in as leads, then they will become customers. Okay, once we talk to them, set up an appointment, then they will become customers. And there's a lot of great information that you will be able to have here. Number one, you'll be able to see all your customers. You'll be able to click on their names, and then you'll be able to see the progress that we're making with getting the negative items off of their credit reports. Also, we will put your picture here. So every time, now your client is going to be logging into their client web portal, which looks kind of similar to the affiliate portal. But another thing that's important is that we will put your picture here, your information. Well, why do we do that? Well, the reason that we do it is so every time your client logs into their client web portal, they are reminded that you are the person that referred them to this great program. And once their credit is well enough to move forward with the home purchase or whatever they're doing, that they're going to come right back to you. The other thing that you can do is you can download their credit reports. So we put that credit monitoring report, which is a full tri-merge credit report with all three credit bureau with all three credit bureau scores here. And when you log into your portal, you can download their credit report to even further keep track of the progress that we are making in getting the client credit score up and getting the negative items off the client's credit scores as quickly as possible. So we call that our affiliate portal. Of course, your clients will have a portal. You will have a portal to log in, and it's just a great way to have some information. And I'm going to tell you something. Within the next 30 days, our clients and our affiliates will have an app. This is a downloadable app that you will be able to download and access the same information from a phone app, an iPhone app, a Android app, and it's just going to be great. So you won't even have to log in. You can just go right to the app. That's going to be a simplified way of submitting prospects and so forth. So this is the affiliate portal, which is a simple way for you to get those prospects to us as quickly as possible. So I want to thank you all for attending this webinar. There was a couple of other things that I wanted to show, but I want to keep this to about 30 to 40 minutes, and we're either there or a little bit beyond there. Included with this video, in all likelihood, is some additional information on how to contact us. I want to encourage everyone to give us a call. We want to invite you to our office. We want to come by your office. We have given hundreds of presentations in realtor office and mortgage broker shops and banks where we can come into your office and give a presentation to the entire office. We bring lunch and breakfast when we have the tremendous opportunity, when you allow us to come into your office. Please allow us to show and tell you even more about how our program works, to answer any of your questions that you might have. I think, once again, as I started this webinar by saying, I think our program is the most comprehensive, the most effective program available anywhere to help people to clean up their credit profile and to rapidly and dramatically increase their credit score. And our goal as a company is to help our affiliates turn bad credit borrowers into business. That's what we're trying to help our affiliates do. Turn those bad credit borrowers into business with Max Score Credit. Thank you very much.